We are back, and I am so excited because honestly, I love these blog posts. They're incredible, and this time we're throwing an event. We're throwing in a party.
We are. We're throwing in a party, and we're going to tell you how to promote it.
This is pretty awesome, and you do it in simple steps that anybody can follow. My first question is though, what business do you kind of aim this for? Because we're going to break down the steps here in just a minute, but I just kind of want to have an idea of what business kind of led you into these steps.
Any type of business that's running an event. Obviously, it's for specific event or specific companies. Maybe some other rules are going to be thrown in, but this is for a generic small business throwing some type of event, or even up to a large business. I think a large business could follow these steps too. So it's not really specific to one type of company. I think we gave a really good generic outline of how to promote an event on Facebook.
So we're going to use today Main Street, our friends at Main Street.
Main Street Cafe, love it.
We're just gonna use them because we love Sandra and Morgan.
I'm planning on getting some coffee there right after this.
4 weeks. Let's start 4 weeks. It's a simple, quick equation.
Yeah, 4 weeks out, which is equal to a month most of the time. Just send out a simple status update, maybe 2 or 3 of them, just saying, hey, we've got this thing going on, mark it down on your calendar. Let people know that it's happening. Nothing too, crazy, nothing too
detailed.
Just say, here's this event going on, here's the date, mark it down on your calendar so you'll be ready.
So it's basically
nothing crazy.
Like in a wedding, it's the save the date card that you get that says, hey, look, it's coming up, it's going to be great, you're going to want to be here.
Exactly, in the form of a Facebook status update.
Sure.
Exactly.
And then 3 weeks is where you actually set up the event, you kind of tell people what it is, how exciting it's going to be. And how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, and Facebook once again has set you up for success with this. They've made things obviously called events on Facebook where you can set what time it's going to be. You can do a description of the event. You can put a really cool picture up there if you have like an event logo or anything like that. You can do that. It actually has a wall attached to it, so you can post things on it. And the cool thing about that is every time you post something on there, the people that have accepted that event will get a notification that will bring them back to the event page.
Sure.
So the posting good content on there is really important because it's going to keep reminding people of what's going on.
And it makes it easy to invite your customers and your friends
right
on into that.
Yeah, right there. You can invite all of everybody on your page gets an invitation to this event. So it's a great way to get in a organized outline form of this is what's happening. Here's the time. Here's the details. Here's how much it's going to cost if there's a price to it. Here's a really cool video maybe describing the event. So every little bit of content, just make sure it's really good stuff that will be enticing to people. They want to learn more about the event, or like, oh, this really looks interesting. I'll go to the event. I'll click join. So yeah, that's the 3 weeks out. Let's make the Facebook event.
Sure.
Let's make it look good. That's always really important.
So put some thought into it.
Put some thought into it. Make it look good. Exactly. Hey, we're having this thing come. Don't do that. Just make it act like you're selling your product. Make it, and make sure you're looking at that page also to comment back if somebody has questions like, oh, what's parking going to be like, or kids invited, that type of stuff. Make sure you're there to answer those questions back too.
Because honestly, people, when they are thinking that far ahead and making plans, they do want to have their questions answered.
Especially if they have kids. That's a huge thing. And I don't know that yet, but
you will.
I will someday in my life.
And 2 weeks out is my favorite because then you're really going to start creating the buzz.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have your main streamline of customers already signed up, already coming, but you're going to want to attract those, I think you call them fence sitters.
Yes.
Where you want to get them over that hump and say, it's really worth coming out to this event because Main Street is amazing. Get here. So you were talking about prizes. You were talking about giveaways. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm a big fan of contests, but contests are really great for this type of event or this type of promotion on Facebook, because if people are what I think is, like you said, fence sitters, like they're sitting on that fence, they're not there yet, they don't know if I'm coming, they don't know if I should be there or not, but if you offer them a prize, that gets them even more interested. So they're going to be there, they're going to see that contest, they're like, oh, if I can win free tickets, heck yeah, I'll come. You know, so maybe, but throughout that contest, if they win, awesome, they're going to be there, but if they don't, maybe they're enticed a little bit more because you threw this awesome contest. So if you're Main Street, maybe even throw out, here's a coupon for a free cup of coffee during the event, or here's a half-off sandwich or whatever type of coupon. Cupcakes. Chad's a fan of the cupcakes. You know, so just stuff like that. Throw it out there. Get people excited about it even more, because contests on Facebook are just huge. You know, and they can be really, really successful for your page. And that's no different for an event page.
Sure. And then 1 week out, you were talking about, this is it. Drop all the strings, get it out there.
Exactly.
Horns, balloons, confetti, you name it. You know, get people excited.
I don't know if there's an app for confetti on Facebook.
You know what? If there was, I'd be the first one to sign up. But you were talking about weather. You know, I joke about confetti, but you were talking about the maps. You were talking about parking. You were talking about what to see and what to do, and actually bring it home so they are kind of prepared when they come to the event.
Yeah, for sure. So make sure just every possible question has been answered that's posted on your Facebook wall. And then other ones that maybe people are asking, make sure all those are answered by you through a status update on the event page or something like that. But yeah, make sure you're covering, you know, if the weather's not looking too great, maybe not talk about it. But let's say it's a 80 and sunny day, make sure to tell people that, because that's going to be encouraging.
Especially or the plan B.
Exactly.
Like if it is an outdoor event, here's plan B.
Exactly. But you know, if people in Kokomo, we don't like bad weather, and we talk about it a lot.
The weather.
So yeah. But if it's a good weather day, Kokomo people are all about it, and they'll talk about it. So they'll be really excited about the event that's happening, because the weather will be nice. But you know, just stuff like that, like you said, parking. You know, are kids allowed? All the stuff we're answering all along. But just make sure all those questions are answered within a week out. But also maybe run another contest. You know, just keep that page active as much as possible at this time, because that's a valuable time when you're a week out. And
then day one is actual excitement day, where you kind of send out that reminder of, hey guys, it's tonight. It starts at blah blah blah. Come to Main Street.
Yeah, and maybe share some pictures of the setup. You know, say, oh, here's what's going to happen tonight. Here's the pictures of the balloon house or whatever the kids like, if it's a kid event or something like that. You know, so really just keep that hype going and keep that page going as much as possible.
And then lastly, you talk about how it's not done until you post up pictures. You know, ask people to tag themselves. Give it a little hype and a little bit of thanks for those people who did come to your event and make it a success.
Yeah, you know, so post a recap photo album on Facebook is always a great idea. What we've been doing with First Friday has been really great. I think we've had some really good pictures put on there. And why we're doing that, and it's worked perfectly, because people see those pictures and they're like, oh, I want to go to the next one. You know, oh, that looks like fun. This isn't just something downtown's doing. This actually looks really cool. You know, so they see those pictures, and then maybe in the same status update you put out that album, you can say, and here's when we're doing it next. You know, so people get that date and they're like, oh, okay. I wasn't too sold on it before, but now that I actually see people were having a good time, this is what was happening. Heck yeah, I'll go to the next one.
Why wouldn't you go to Main Street?
It looks awesome. Yeah, so that's almost as important as all the other stuff. Because, you know, and, you know, you encourage people, like you said, to tag themselves in those photos, which is a big brand secret on Facebook. A lot of people don't get this. If people are tagged in your brand's Facebook photo albums, that's going to be spread all over Facebook, saying so-and-so was tagged in Main Street Cafe's Facebook album for the so-and-so event.
Reaching more and more.
That reach gets huge because of that, because some people will click on their photos that their friends were tagged in, and then when they clicked on them, maybe they'll be shared even more. You know, so it's a huge thing that you have to do to make sure that you are being you know, really intentional about putting that recap photo album out there. And, you know, telling people, this is what happened, here's the next one, you're not going to want to miss it.
And the biggest thing is, especially with blogs and things that we've covered in your blogs, is be organized. Make your advertising dollars or make your advertising budget work together, no matter what it is, whether it is web success agency, radio, television, newspaper. Make sure that you're gearing towards the same thing so you're not confusing people. And that's really what you... I don't want to say preach, but kind of
for sure.
Give that lesson.
Yeah, and I realize when you're throwing an event, there is so much going on, especially when you're a company. It's enough just being a person maybe throwing a party at your house. But when you're a company throwing an event, there's a lot on the line here. And there's a lot of planning that goes on with that. But I would really say take the time and be intentional about what's going on your Facebook event page or whatever platform it is. You know, Facebook has just, I think, done the best job of, you know, making an event type of page for people, but really be intentional about that. Just as you are, as you've learned, as we've talked
Absolutely.
about with just your normal Facebook page. Make sure you're just on top of it with that event page too.
Everything. Do your homework.
Exactly. Do your best, and just don't throw it up there a month out and then don't put anything on there until like the night before the event.
Yeah.
There's plenty of opportunity to make things happen.
Right. And there's plenty of professionals out there like yourself and myself who kind of make things happen or guide people along that direction. So again, thank you so much for coming in. I think this is a great thing because honestly, even with First Friday is a great example, these events get bigger and bigger and the buzz grows. So this kind of ties right in again. I'm excited about these blogs. Keep them coming. As you guys are too. So thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it. And we will have more with Drew even later. The blogs keep coming. You know him. You love him. Mr. Drew Larison.